Christopher Stone.
Oh, God!
Each day we grow, we steadily improve. No matter how blind we are, I'm sorry.
Wait,
No matter how blind we may be,
2012, you mark the calendar! It's all gonna change in 2012! I hope!
Before I go on with this little video, just a little test. Hello. It's Christopher.
Let me ask you this. Has he clenched his teeth?
Come on, boys, get the walls up!
Star Wars. Sounds weird saying that. It has been 8 months since I've last made a YouTube video, or actually posted it. Quite a while, I tried to record a video, or even probably edited or anything like creative. Why is that? Truthfully, I can tell you that I do not really know. Or maybe I really know, I'm just like afraid to say it. I have a really bad problem when it comes to like talking about things that bother me or anything just like emotion or anything like that. So this will kind of be like my outlet. I mean, me posting it is just like, I don't know, just to have some creative put out there. Kind of just like, I don't know, if someone out there finds it, someone watching or listening to this in the background, maybe they can relate to it. I have no fun. Half the time I don't know what the fuck I be doing. I just kind of be doing shit. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's also kind of like a, I guess like my online diary. I'm gonna try to keep up with it, and I'll probably play like different games and stuff like that. Right now I'm playing Skate 3, as you can see on the screen, but other days I might play like Call of Duty. Well, I don't know. I don't know, something in the background. The main focus is not the game really, as you can see, you're kind of just skating around, doing a little bullshit tricks here and there, but the main focus is really just like, kind of like speak in like the third person, I guess it would be so, one rambling and stuff like that, it's pretty much gonna probably be that, and so, what does that mean? I know a big thing, especially with me, is that I do not like the simple words, thing. I don't ever, I actually like, I hate saying the word hate, which is very ironic. Like, I will never, I'm never the type of person that hates something, but like, so the word hate is always a very strong word for me, to where I can never bring the amount of emotion for me to truly say that I hate something. I do have bad anger. I do have really bad anger. But, like, I do have a really bad anger, but I can never truly bring myself to hate something. I'm a very giving person. To a fault. But, yeah. One thing for me, though, I've kind of gotten over it, and I've kind of gotten over myself a little bit, and calmed down quite a lot. Kind of gotten over myself, but one thing that I used to have a really bad problem with was, I used to set myself with impossible standards, and I know many people, many loved ones that I have, and many people just out there, which is very big problem with having the impossible standards. It's a big reason why I don't have social media or anything like that. It's just the big things like see other people on there who I may think are doing a better lifestyle, than like have a better car, have a better house, you know, something like that. Just anything better in comparison. Comparing yourself to other people is the biggest fault when it comes to, you know, having your own standards. I was kind of brainstorming my mind and ideas of like what I could talk about, but out of everything that I kind of came up with, it was like a really big thing that kind of popped out everywhere. Because I'm not really one for labels, but I am very scatterbrained. And I usually tend to hop from hobby to hobby. I've been doing, for example, I do music, gaming. Well, I really don't do YouTube, but YouTube was always something I've kind of been on and off with. And, you know, at the the same time, with me having those extremely high standards, I would never, for example, with music, I'm very inconsistent when it comes to actually releasing music or even making music. Obviously, music is something I do for mainly enjoyment. At the same time, when I was in high school, I would, I have DistroKid and I'd be able to put my music on all platforms. And, I actually try to take it slightly serious. But with that being said, when you're trying to do something, or when you're trying to do something for everybody, you're going to disappoint it. Okay, let me explain. If you're trying to make something, for example, if you're making a video, if you're trying to make a game appeasing to a certain audience, I remember seeing a video about this where it was a short on YouTube, and it was like this video talking about how the author Evangelion was like when he was making other projects and stuff like that, how the studio, I guess they were under him, or the studio that was over him was telling him to think about other places, like the overseas people, because he's a Japanese artist, and when you think about trying to cater to other people, you're going to end up disappointing everyone. There's always going to be someone who's not going to like you. There's always going to be something who's going to have a critic or something like that, and there's always going to be haters. Social media has a really bad problem when it comes to people just hating for no reason. People are literally little keyboard warriors and just show hate for no reason. It always baffles me how people can just find something to hate on something. It can even be something for like a really good cause, and people just find a way to just add negativity to it. It really never made any sense to me. Let me go back to my marker. It's never really made sense to me. And just like the toxicity and the negativity has always been something that's really driven me away from social media. Like, it's always baffling me. I always try not to be really extremely negative. It's like, I'm on the game, I'm bored, and we just like talk shit or whatever, we'll be rage baiting for fun. But those are also people that I know and trust and also love. Those are my brothers. So, we know we could take a joke. But like, when it comes to just random people, you truly don't know these people. You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know how this person on the other side of the screen may take you. Sometimes someone may not be having a good day, and that could just be, that could be their last straw. You never know what someone's going to do. You don't know what their standards are. Going back to standards, kind of branching back into the topic, but that's kind of mainly the main topic of this video is having like extremely high fucking standards. So when it comes to me originally making YouTube videos, I'm very spontaneous, and I kind of jump around from hobby to hobby, topic to topic, and stuff like that. And I kind of jump around and I can't really focus on one thing. So when it comes to editing a YouTube video, like, I remember when I was showing one of my buddies, Venus, I was showing him a video, like an editing video, and one thing that he did point out, he was like, "Damn, bro, why is there so much going on?" I remember him saying, "Damn, bro, why is the intro so fucking long?" By the time they get to the intro, it's like people are already gonna be gone. And then after I got to the intro part, it's just like, bro, there's too much shit going on. And it's like, with me trying to sit here and focus on trying to add capitalize every single moment, do montage in every single video, it's like, by doing everything, I literally accomplish nothing, because then you lose the flow of the video. So like, you lose the flow of the video, and you also lose the viewers. Basically, you kind of gotta have one topic and stick with it. You gotta sit here and have these little cool moments and stuff like that. You sit here and have these little montages and things like that. But at the end of the day, like, you're losing people. And that's not just like, everyone has their own audience and stuff like that. That's not what they're doing. I'm just saying, like, with me having such high standards, you're trying to add every little detail and stuff like that, I end up selling myself short and actually end up not really accomplishing anything. Not only that, it takes me, with me going on and off, having, job, life, and all this stuff like that, it takes me forever to actually finish the video. And by that time, it's already been months, and I'm not consistent in my. I don't have a big ass YouTube channel or people like that. So I'm just like, by the time I end up finishing the video, people are gone. People have lives. People are going to move on. And it's just like, you try to accomplish everything and you end up accomplishing nothing, which is basically the main statement. And it's kind of something that's very interesting, because you'll never be perfect. It's also like, when it comes to standards, is insecurities. There's always going to be something you don't like about yourself. There's always going to be this one thing. For example, my hair. I am blessed with thinning hair. It runs in the family, you know. And I remember my wife was helping me cut my hair, and just insecurities start to creep in. And as time goes on, I'm just like, nothing was looking right. And because of me kind of projecting my insecurities onto her, eventually turned into me just like, me coming to the realization, it was like, what are you doing? This looks wrong. This looks wrong. You're not doing it right. And then eventually, it gets to the break. I'm just like, instead of me stressing about my appearance and all this stuff like that, and like looking like this and trying to have my hair look a certain way, it's just let it all go. That's when I just said, fuck it, and I cut my hair bald. Now, right now, I have a good decent size set of hair, and I'm making the hair work. But no longer am I going to be really stressing about how my hair looks. The only reason why I don't cut my hair now bald is because, as a young African American, and razor bumps and stuff like that. So, but something like just that experiencing alone has really been the big thing on me not like projecting, my bad things onto other people just because I'm not having a good day, or I'm having I don't like a certain thing about myself, or just anything negative that I may be feeling. I don't want to be projecting that onto other people because that's not fair to them. They don't deserve that. I mean, I'm not perfect and still things go on. Like, for example, my anger. I have really bad anger problems. Now, this is the double-edged sword. When I feel anything emotional or anything bad may happen, or just anything happens, my default emotion is really just anger. And because I'm not gonna sit here and go out and have a whole ass outburst, I'm not talking about that. It's more so like even the smallest things. If I'm not in the mood or I'm not feeling great, any little thing will sit here about. Like my dogs would be playing with their toys too loud and I could get pissed off. But my main thing is, instead of me just going out and sit here and yelling, or I would sit here and be like, being acting like a bitch. Now, what I probably do most of the time, which I'm trying to get out of, is bottle up everything and kind of just leave it like water under the bridge, But it's not water under the bridge. It's shit left in the background that's not actually being treated that way. And when I say it's a double-edged sword, it's because in the end, with certain people, which probably would be for me too, it just hasn't happened yet. But with stuff like that, it's like a cup with water. Like over time, you have an empty glass cup, whatever, and over time, every little bad event or anything like that, you slowly add water to it. If you don't take a sip from the water, eventually over time you're gonna keep on adding more water until you spill over and you make a mess, and you eventually, have a breakdown. When you flip out, or all the stuff that crash out, all the other stuff. And it's stuff like that where it really puts into perspective of it's just the whole thing, to be honest. I'm just rambling on and on and on. But it's kind of my main thing. It's just having high standards and just trying to be the best at everything. At the same time, with all your insecurities and stuff like that, you not only can affect not only yourself, but you affect the loved ones around you and stuff like that. I can't tell you the last time I called my mother or my father and stuff like that. It's just I have so much stuff going on in my mind, and I have all this stuff in my mind where this should really help me and outlet for me. And hopefully this will because I tried going to the gym, get a relationship. It doesn't really do much. And playing the game. It's not really that big. It's kind of making music. I've slowly been getting back into it, thankfully. But even then, sometimes I'll like press record on a song and try to sound something, but it just doesn't sound right. So yeah, but yeah, a little. I've been yapping for a good little minute, so I'll kind of probably cut it off here. It's also like 12:55 in the morning, but if you guys are listening, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you have any, do not be afraid to comment or anything like that. I will try my best to reciprocate. I am only human. And yeah, I really don't know what the fuck to say. My brain's starting to go blank anyways, and I have a really bad headache. But yeah, love and peace, Star World. Stone heart or no heart. Peace.